Besties. This is You Against You podcast, and I'm your host, Deja Nicole. So, in today's episode, will be how to be your inner Rory Gilmore. So, if you don't know who Rory Gilmore is, you need to go watch Gilmore Girls. And if you haven't watched the show but you still want to get a glimpse of Rory Gilmore, I will explain in this whole episode. Plus, you can go on TikTok or YouTube and find like Rory Gilmore clips of Gilmore Girls. Sorry about that, but you can find clips of the show to just get a glimpse of who Rory is. But I feel like a lot of people would know who Rory Gilmore is, and I am going to talk about how to be your inner Rory, especially when it comes to college or high school or just any type of studying, and how to romanticize college or school as a whole. Which this whole episode was going to be titled how to romanticize school, but I feel like especially that the season is all about romanticizing life, I don't want to use romanticize in a lot of the titles. So I was like, how about if I change the title to how to become your inner Rory Gilmore. So let me get like my notes so I don't like blabber on. But let's just get into today's episode. First, we have to get into the weekly update. So of course, I have not posted an episode within a week. It actually seems like forever, but it's been like almost 2 weeks since I posted my last episode, which was a guest episode, but I haven't posted a solo episode since what? Mid January. So it's been a while, and we are in the second week of February, which is very crazy. So, yeah, but mentally, I have just not really been myself. I have not been focusing on content as a whole, and that includes like with YouTube. Like, I'm doing like a 24-hour challenge of reading for my YouTube channel, which I'm gonna finish tomorrow because I have 10 hours left according to my timer. So it's just been like dealing with that, and then I just have not had the motivation to record anything, had the motivation to edit anything or to just do stuff. I only had the motivation, which is like very small, is to like do like mini vlogs and mini short content for like YouTube shorts, Instagram reels, and also TikTok because I removed everything from my TikTok, and I'm going to restart my TikTok, my personal TikTok, which is actually the same username as my personal Instagram, so I will mention those in a few. But I have not had the motivation to really create content. Probably because I feel like the birth control with other things haven't like messed with my mental health, and I'm done taking birth control for good because I was like, yeah, I'm done taking this. I didn't even take the last pill. I just threw away the whole container. Like the packaging, I just didn't want to because I noticed I rarely had any motivation to not just create content, but I felt more tired and very, very unmotivated. I felt very lazy. I felt like I didn't want to do anything, and I saw that with one of my classes, and this is like the beginning of the semester, spring semester. So I saw like I'm already failing one of my classes, and I was like, I'm not really putting the time, the effort into school and all that. So I just have not been myself. So mentally, I'm not myself. I have to like put it on a like a scale from like 1 through 10. I would say between a 4 and a 5. That's it. Between a 4 and a 5. But yeah, but hopefully this week coming up it'll be better than the last previous weeks, and I could start feeling like myself again. I know like my body's withdrawing from the birth control and all that, so it's like going to be like some time since I can feel like myself. But I'm gonna start doing the things that I like doing and smile more, because sometimes just putting a smile on your face can help you become better and help your day become better as well and also brighter. But let's just get into the next thing. So the quote of the day is something short, but the quote of the day is life challenges are opportunities for growth, which is so true. If you can't go through life challenges, you're not having no room for growth. And with life, you always have to grow. You can't feel stuck. You can't feel like you want to like you just don't want to like feel stuck in a way, you know? And also, don't dwell on the past because that's also going to keep you stuck as well in life. And I've learned that, but sometimes the past can help you with a lot of things that can help you discover yourself. So don't dwell too much in the past. But yeah. Now, the next thing is the affirmation of the day, which is I'm overjoyed at the miracles that are unfolding in my life. So I'm going to repeat that. I am overjoyed at the miracles that are unfolding in my life. And let me tell you, that is something that I recently like saw like a lot pass, even though like my whole week last week was not good and this week was not good, but I prayed. If y'all don't know, I'm a Christian, so I prayed for a lot of things, like prayed that I have enough money to pay bills, like my phone bill, and put money in my credit cards, which I did, like literally on time for my phone bill, not on time for my credit cards, but I called my credit card companies, which they would like just let us just do it when you do. So thank God for that. And then I prayed for someone to be back in my life, which I never thought would actually happen, in my opinion, because me and this person, like, we had our downs, a lot of downs. But I felt like me and him, so I'm gonna say, we need some room to grow for ourselves, and we can't really, we can't really like, be apart from each other, it seems like. And sometimes exes can get back together, but it just feels like if both y'all have the time for yourself to grow and all of that, like, it's just weird because I was talking to someone before then and I was like, why the heck am I thinking about so and so like out of nowhere? And it made me realize how much I miss that about him. That he gave me flowers. Like, you remember I like roses, which is weird, you know? So it's weird that in my situation, he's my black horse. It's very hard to explain what that is, but we had a whole conversation about a cube and a horse and a space, basically. And he asked me what I see in front of me. I say a Rubik's Cube, which means I go through a lot in life, according to him. And then the black horse. I saw a black horse. I was thinking of one of my favorite horses that I want if I like on the ranch one day. It's like I forgot what it's called. I know it starts with an F, but it's like black and it has silky, wavy mane and a tail. Like a tail and the mane is black, like jet black and wavy, and it's jet black. It's so beautiful. The horse is so beautiful. But I was thinking of that horse and I was like, that's the type of horse because I just know it's black. And he was like, well, I'm the black horse in your situation, this and that. And I was like, wow. And till this day, he is, which it amazed me, but it's like sometimes you gotta distance yourself from the person that you're with just to discover yourself more so they can discover themselves more. And I only like saw someone new because I needed like my mind to be distracted to not like ever think about him. And I saw this reel today, this morning, before I get into the episode. Like, I know this is like a very long update, weekly update, but I saw this reel today, and this guy was like, I like this girl, but like, we was good friends. this and that. Like he just had this whole situation, but it never really worked out. Then she has someone, he has someone, didn't work out, and then they found each other again, and then they got married. So like sometimes second chances with people that you have been with, or you talk to but you have feelings for, but then those feelings die out, do happen. It's just have to be in the right timing for both of y'all. So yeah, and then we saw each other on Valentine's night. So that was fun. But yeah, I'm kind of happy that he's back in my life and that we're taking things slowly and communicate more, because it was like a lack of communication and we took like a lot of things fast. Like there were some things I don't like about what he does, and then there's some things that I do that he don't like. But if you have the communication, things can work out in the better and for the greater. And I want him to teach me how to dance, not dance, but dance bachata so bad. Like I like listening to bachata music, so, and he loves to dance. So yeah, and there's like an airplane over my house, so yeah, but let's just get into the journal prompt and let's get into the episode. But the journal prompt is, what does your ideal career look like? So before I get into my answer, like what does my ideal career look like? I would say the only good thing that really happened besides what I just told y'all is I got a part-time job for this research for a book. Um so I love research, so it was like I saw it on my college job search, I would say, website, and it's a part-time job. It's like pays $10 an hour, but I emailed the person was like, yeah. Then I had the meeting on Thursday, no, Tuesday. I had a meeting on Tuesday, and I start on Tuesday. So I have a Zoom meeting with the person, and it's remote. So meaning, even though it's like remote, it doesn't really can impact on school and creating content, which is good for me at the moment. So yeah, so I'm so happy. And if y'all didn't know, I like research. I like researching a lot of things. When I'm bored, I research things. So, like heart disease, because I have heart disease and all of that. Like, I love that stuff. So, this was like something for me, and God like answered my prayers. I was like, please help me, get in this and that. So, and then I got after the interview on Thursday, yesterday, when I was like about to leave to go to school, I got an email. It's like, here's the link for Tuesday. So it's like, yay, so I'm gonna meet with the other person and she's gonna like tell me what to do, this and that, and I'm so happy about that. So yeah, but now let's just get into the episode, and the journal prompt is what does your ideal career look like? So of course I get a lot of questions like, does I see myself do I not does, but do I see myself doing creating content for like a full-time job? And the answer is no. Yes, I will always create content, but I do planning to work in healthcare administration after I graduate, and then go back to school for research and do medical research and be a medical research scientist. So I don't feel like content creation would be just my only job. Like I don't even get paid for this yet. So it's like a hobby, but I treat it as a job. But I feel like my ideal career looks like for me is that I'm working in a laboratory, just finding the cause on why kids are being born with congenital heart disease like myself. So that is like my ideal career, with also having some businesses, with my podcast as one, my lip gloss beauty business as two, and my YouTube channel as three, and writing about four books, and three of them are series. So that's what like my ideal career. So an author, content creator slash entrepreneur. and medical research sciences. But yeah, scientists. I don't know what I just said, but yeah. But what does your ideal career looks like? It can be multiple things. Remember, we're in an economy where inflation is very bad, so having a side job can help you with a lot. So don't forget that you can have multiple careers to the point that you don't have to leave your house. So yeah. Well, now let's get into this episode. You know how many times I said, now let's get into the episode. Now let's get into the episode, but I was doing the weekly updates. It's like crazy, but yeah. So, how to how to be our inner Rory Gilmore. So the first thing you want to do, which I'm going to talk about, is how to romanticize school. So something that I like to do to romanticize school is like have a cozy study space. I like doing homework on my bed sometimes. Sometimes I like doing homework on my desk, or sometimes I like doing homework on my floor. It's just the environment and how I feel. And so, like, a lot of people say, like, you shouldn't want to do homework on your bed. You shouldn't want to do homework on the floor. Like, when you're in your room, I'm talking about a cozy space. And when you thinking of a cozy space, you're thinking of like your room, you know? And a lot of people say you shouldn't want to do homework on your bed, on the floor. You don't want to make it a habit, but I feel like you can for here and there, just sometimes. And the reason that being is because your bed is comfortable, the floor is comfortable, and you can have on cute pajamas if you want to put on pajamas. I don't freaking recommend it. I do homework in my pajamas, but if I really want to like have a real steady day, I put on like a t-shirt and some leggings, but just put on some comfortable clothes and be in a comfortable spot. Put on some headphones. You can listen to lo-fi music. I do not recommend listening to music with lyrics just because it can distract you, but you can listen to lo-fi music, you can listen to classical music. I have listened to both lo-fi and classical music. I'm more in the lo-fi music more than classical because I feel like classical music can bore me to death. So that's why I like listening to lo-fi music while I'm doing my homework, while studying, even reading. And I like putting like cute pajamas that I know I won't probably go to sleep in because it's like a cute PJ set and I feel comfortable in that, or just some leggings or some gym shorts and a hoodie. And you can put on like fuzzy socks, long socks. I have both fuzzy and long socks and some slippers. Make some tea. I have been recently making tea lately than coffee, which I've seen is doing some more benefit to me than coffee, but just like create a study space that can be comfortable for you. So, yeah. The next thing is when you're romanticizing school, especially if you take in-person class or you are in high school. Of course, you gotta go in the schools mostly. A lot of high schools, no matter if it's public or private, you go in the classroom. But with college, it can depend if you're taking in person or online. But if you're taking in person classes and you're in college, dress for yourself. A lot of people will ask me, like when I was in high school, like, why do you dress this way? Are you like comfortable in the clothes that you wear? And the answer is yeah, I'm comfortable in wearing like a sweater like this and a skirt. Like I'm comfortable wearing this outfit that y'all see, like I am wearing a skirt, but this is what make me comfortable. I will also be comfortable in some joggers or some sweats, but I don't like wearing those type of things on a daily basis just because I know if I wear those type of things on a daily basis, I feel actually less motivated when I dress down than dress up. I don't know if that's just me though, but when I dress down, I feel less motivated like going to school. So when I dress up, I feel motivated more. Like I can wear joggers, right? But I can still make it look cute and still dress up in like joggers or sweats. So that's why like when I dress up it's for me and it's because it makes me feel motivated. So remember ladies, dress up for school if you want to because it's you and you're the one who's wearing it. You're the one who likes dressing like that. You're the one who like putting outfits together and making it an event. So do that and dress up for you. Do not dress up for anyone else. But another way you can romanticize school is adding rituals to your day. So this means like okay, having a morning routine. So before you like do school, which I need to do. Oh my gosh. But having a morning routine just for school and having a night routine just for school, you can have a block where you just focus on your mental health. So you can probably meditate, read, and journal for a couple of minutes and probably either do some Pilates at home or yoga. Like you just making some type of ritual, which is a routine for yourself to make your day much better. And it's also said that if you have like a routine or a ritual for yourself, especially like for school or work, it is better for you and it can actually make your day 2 times better than before. So take that as a tip. The next thing is that you want to plan inspiring breaks. So you can ask me like what the hell do I mean plan inspiring breaks? So okay, let's just say you are doing homework and studying, right? For a class, let's say a math class. Math is one of the hardest subjects ever. So you are studying for a class, this math class. Let's say stats. I took stats and that was hard. I actually got to study for a test that I have on Thursday next week. So I think after this, I'm going to change and start studying for that test because this class is a class that I am not doing so well in. But you are studying for the stats tests, right? Just statistics. And you study for about 2 hours straight. Now you're tiring of studying, you don't feel the motivation to study more. I don't know why I say motivated, but you don't feel motivated, you don't have the motivation to study more because you just gain all this information up in your little mind of yours and you need a break. So, how can you make a break inspiring? Well, one, you can read. That's what I do. Like, I will do homework for like an hour and 45 minutes, or hour and 55 minutes, or 2 hours straight. And then I'll do like a break, like a 20-30 minute break of me just reading. I love reading. Or I'll go on Pinterest and make a board. Or I watch some YouTube. Those can be like things that you can make your study breaks inspiring. You can watch a episode of your favorite show, which is about what 30 to 45 minutes an episode of a show. Like I know for Vampire Diaries, each episode is about 40 something minutes. So you can like watch an episode of your favorite show and you can get inspired. You are de stressing, you are relaxing after all that studying, and that is an inspiring break. It's not really like, I feel like you don't really have to think hard about that. Like, yes, the word inspiring is in front of the word break, but it's not a lot of doing than you think it is. So, yeah. So, the next thing is celebrate your achievements. So, if you like take online classes, right? I take online classes. And you have a quiz. I have a quiz actually to do. I actually have a test. But I took a quiz today and I got 100 on it. And the reason why it's like I'm using online classes because a lot of online classes, especially for tests or quizzes or assignments, you can get your grades back in within seconds or the next 1 to 2 days. You can celebrate your achievement just by passing that test or that quiz or that assignment, and you never thought you was going to pass it. Or another way you can celebrate your achievement is that you actually stopped procrastinating and actually did the studying for the class, and it was all worth it because now you know all the knowledge that you need to know for the next day and also for an upcoming quiz or test. So like you can like have small achievements when you pass a test or a quiz, or a small achievement that you took time for yourself to just studying for an hour or two and it was all worth it. So yeah. Now the next and last thing under this category, which is all about romanticizing school, literally like how to romanticize school, is embrace learning. Learning is a privilege, actually. I feel like learning is a privilege that I feel like everyone should have and should not take for granted because you should always want to learn something new. Like I said, I like researching the things every single day and I love learning. It doesn't seem like I don't like learning, but I do love learning. I love going to the library and just put on my headphones and research something if I don't have homework and if I don't feel like reading or doing anything. I learn when I find things for episodes for my podcast or YouTube videos or just things that just, catch my attention, or if I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I'm gonna do more information on like do more research and find more information on that. Like embrace learning. Learning is a privilege and you should always want to embrace it. You should always want to not stop learning. I feel like a lot of people feel like once I finish high school, once I finish college, for the people who are in college, that you're going to stop learning. No. If you're in the military, you're going to continue learning. If you are doing a trade school job, you're going to continue learning. If you're doing social media, you're going to continue learning. Even though you don't think you're learning something while doing social media, you are learning something. I am not a pro when it comes to equipment. So I'm always learning more editing techniques for both podcast episodes and YouTube videos, and it's just like I'm learning, or for short content like reels and TikToks, and I'm making those. I'm still learning, so you never want to stop learning. You just want to embrace it because in some places, some people have never learned and they are older than us. So you never want to stop learning. Embrace learning, and just know it's a privilege, okay, that's the word, to learn when, and some people, for some people, not in some people, but for some people across the world from you, they probably have an IQ lower than you. And know that you're not stupid nor dumb, even though some people might laugh at you because you got something wrong, or might say, well, you don't know this, but do it. Continue your learning, and your degree doesn't actually indicate on how smart you are, and that's what a lot of people need to get into their heads. So, yeah. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is affirmations to tell yourself. So, why would I add affirmations in this episode, even though I have an affirmation at the beginning and at the end of this episode? Well, like I said, this is all about being our inner Rory Gilmore, which is all about romanticizing school. And I feel like if you hear affirmations and you tell these affirmations to yourself, it will help you stress less about school. So if I was you and you're listening to this podcast episode, please close your eyes for a couple of minutes and just repeat these affirmations for me. And at the end of this episode, I'm actually going to announce something that I will be doing on the podcast YouTube channel, so you want to stay tuned for that. But let's, so like I was saying, that I'm going to say these affirmations, so just close your eyes and repeat these affirmations, or you can just repeat them out loud or repeat them to yourself quietly. But here are the affirmations. that you should tell yourself, especially if you're having a stressful or rough time at school, you're not doing so well at the moment in your class, and just always telling yourself something positive can actually help your mindset shift and also help you and also motivate you as well. So, here are the affirmations, and these affirmations will be in the show notes as well. So, the first affirmation is I am a bright, talented, and successful student. Second affirmation is I will succeed in college. Third affirmation is I only attract good grades. Fourth affirmation is I prioritize my mental well being. Fifth affirmation is I will get the highest grade. And the last affirmation is I don't stress now because I know I will succeed. So I'm going to repeat these affirmations. And like I said, they will be in the show notes as well. I am a bright, talented, and successful student. I will succeed in college. I only attract good grades. I prioritize my mental well being. I will get the highest grade. I don't stress now because I know I will succeed. So, yeah. Now, the next topic I will talk about is making a steady routine for yourself. So, this is something I'm trying to see which is better. But I feel like if you make a morning routine for yourself at first, you can implement a study routine. And same thing when you have a night routine for yourself, you can implement a study routine in that. So, you want to have time ratios. This is basically when remember I was talking about having breaks for yourself, and you should always want to time yourself while doing homework or studying. That's what it is, a time ratio. So, like I said, I can study for 2 hours straight and take a 30-minute break. That's actually a good enough break for that amount of studying. Or I could study for an hour and 30 minutes and have a 25-minute break or a 15-minute break. So it's just how much you're studying for and then the amount that you think you deserve to take a break. Do not say, well, if I study for 2 hours straight, I should take an hour break. No, I just feel like if you have a longer break time, almost close to your studying or focusing on your homework time, you will not go back doing your homework. So you want to have a break from about 10 to 30 minutes long because it just seems more reasonable than having like an hour break long. Yes, a lot of people can do the homework for like 5 hours straight. So if you have like a study period or you did your homework for like 5 hours straight, then yeah, I can see why you would say I would take a break for hour and 30 minutes. That is for like the scholars. But Rory would do the same thing. Now I think about it. But to being realistic and reasonable, just study or do homework for an hour and 30 minutes straight, set a timer, and then not study, but take a break for 45 minutes. That there is actually reasonable, and I feel like you don't want to burn yourself out, especially if you have a big and long study slash doing homework time period. Your your break period should be enough for you to unwind, to distress. You can take a nap in that whole 45 minutes. You can watch YouTube videos. You can read a book, but just having that ratio from doing your homework or studying to taking a break because your mental health matters and school can be very stressful and you have to prioritize your mental health. The next thing is if you want to make a study routine for yourself, and this is especially for the people who's like, well, this is what I'm actually going to do when I start studying for my test tonight is if you are in a class, let's say science. I did this for science when I took biology 2010, anatomy, physiology, and you having trouble in that class, watch YouTube videos during your study time. Watch YouTube videos that's you still studying, especially in this time of age. We have access to a lot of information on the internet, which can help us with school and help us get our grades up and help us study probably the same materials, but we can understand it more and better than how our professors teach us. So, you just watching YouTube videos during this study routine and adding it to your study routine every single day or every other week when you have a test, you can just gain some more knowledge that you never thought you can have because your teacher didn't tell you that. And it can actually help you with your assignments. So, yeah. Now, the next thing, actually, which is the last topic, is prioritizing self-care. So, when we do homework, when we study, it is stressful. It is doing a lot to our mental health. It is doing a lot to our physical health, but you just never know that it's doing a lot to your physical health. And it can do a lot to your emotional health. The mental health aspect, the stress, the anxiety, it can put you in a temporary depression mode because you're studying so much, you're tired, and all that. The physical approach, your body's telling you that you're tired and that you need to take a break from studying or doing homework because you just putting so much on yourself and you are beating yourself up because you probably took a practice test on this subject before taking the real test and you got the answer wrong. Your emotional health, if you get something wrong on the homework assignment or the test, you're screaming out loud, you're crying, you are saying, I suck. I don't belong to be in this major because I'm going to fail this class. Like, you're like saying all these negative things to yourself. So, you should do some self care. And some self care things that I feel like what you should do when after your study routine at the end, like after you done doing your homework or after you're done studying for hours and hours, is have a self-care routine and having a mini self-care routine. So you can take breaks between studying, like I said earlier in this episode. You can take a break or after you're done doing your homework or studying, stretch, stretch. Also, move your body. Look up yoga videos on YouTube. Look up some short exercise videos on YouTube. Look up Pilates videos on YouTube and do that. You just moving your body, making the blood flow. Do that. Meditate. Meditation can help you clear your mind. It can help you put your mind at ease. And I'm going to start doing that. But meditating can help you distress and to lower your anxiety as well. So, after all that studying, after doing all that homework, your mind, your brain will be tense. Like, you will have a headache, you will feel it, and your brain will be tense. So, just close your eyes for like 15 minutes to 30 minutes and just meditate. You can meditate through a guided meditation or through meditation music, or you can just do some silent meditation. So, yeah. And then the last thing is doing something that you love. So this can be a hobby like writing or drawing or coloring. If you have an adult coloring book, color in those. Those can help you distress as well. I love coloring and I have a coloring book. You can go on a walk, you can go to the gym, that also includes moving your body. You can read, you can play dress up if you're bored after you like going like doing all this homework and stress. You might be bored, so you can go in your closet and make up so many outfits and play dress up. There's a lot of things that you probably love that you can help boost your mood and boost your mental health after doing all this studying and homework. So, yeah, besties. But let's just close down this episode. But that was it for episode 3 of season 3, which is all about becoming our inner Rory Gilmore. So I'm going to give y'all the final, and then I'm going to give y'all the news that I have been planning to do. I'm just trying to see when I want to do it next month. But yeah, so also know that I do have a business called Deja Nicole Beauty. So if you want to buy a lip gloss, the link for the Etsy shop will be in a lip. I was gonna say link, but it would be in the show notes down below. Also, the group chat on Geneva will also be on in the show notes as well. But I might also make a You Against You podcast Instagram channel. I do not know yet. That is something that I might do. So yeah. Also, go follow the You Against You podcast Instagram and TikTok, which is You Against You Pod by Deja. You can also subscribe to the You Against You podcast YouTube channel if you're watching this right now. Hit that subscribe button. But if you're listening to this on Apple or Spotify, the link to the YouTube channel will be in the show notes. And if you're watching this on YouTube, the link to this episode audio version will also be in the description box down below. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a rating and review. If you are listening to this on Spotify, I was like, what other platform? Don't forget to leave a rating, and I will also have a Q&A and poll, so also interact with that. Also, again, the quote of the day is life challenges are opportunities for growth. The affirmation of the day is I'm overjoyed at the miracles that are unfolding in my life. And the journal prompt of today is what does your ideal career look like? And I feel like, especially that I'm talking about romanticizing school and becoming your inner Rory Gilmore, especially that I know a lot of my listeners are in their early 20s or late teens, meaning you're in high school, about to finish high school, and get into college or whatever you want to do after high school. If you're in college, you are working towards a degree, meaning you're working towards a career. So, what does your ideal career look like? So, yeah. So, before I close on today's episode, I do want to mention that starting next month, I think it will be the second week of March. Yeah, the first full week of March. Let me look on my calendar because to just know when I'm gonna post this. So, yes. So the first week of March, it would be the week of 3rd through the 9th of March, which is the first week of March. I will be posting the first ever guided meditation that I will be doing on You Against You podcast YouTube channel. So I'm planning to do guided meditations on the days I don't post episodes. So I probably do it twice a week and then an episode then twice a week. So you will get guided meditations from moi. But yeah, I'm planning to do that. That's something I want to do. I get compliments on my voice a lot. So I was like, why not just also use my voice for guided meditations? And will the guided meditations still be in topic of the season? Yes. So the guided meditations would be like romanticizing affirmations or just other type of affirmations that you can just say to yourself or just you visualizing your life. But yeah, so the first full week of March, just expect a guided meditation, two videos that will be scheduled that week. So I can't wait to start recording those. Probably Monday I will, but stay tuned for that. And remember, it's you against you, not you against the world. And to always, always, always follow your goals no matter what, because it's your life and that is your goals. And once you quit your goals, it's going to be hard to get back towards that goal. So don't quit, no matter what, or no matter what someone tells you. And I'll see you in episode number 4. And remember, it's you against you, not you against the world. Love you guys. And